Now to the race for Portland mayor, which polls indicate could be hotly contested.
That's right. The challenger, Sarah Iannarone, polling in essentially a dead heat with incumbent mayor Ted Wheeler. Our Fox 12 Simon Gutierrez joins us now live with much more on this race. Simon?
Yeah, both candidates have sold themselves as progressives, but they have very different ideas about how the city should be run, particularly the Portland Police Bureau. We caught up with both candidates earlier today and asked them about their thoughts on the election and some of those poll numbers.
The latest poll that we saw back in mid-October had you and Ms. Iannarone running a very close race, basically tied, but also with some 27% of voters undecided still. How do you feel about that and this whole thing being kind of up in the air right now?
Well, it is up in the air, and that's why I'm not taking anything for granted. And I'm just making a strong case to folks that I'm the person in this race with the experience and the leadership who can get us through the COVID crisis, through the economic downturn, and see us through to the other side.
The latest polls that we saw showed you and the mayor, the incumbent, in basically a dead heat. How do you feel about that, and what do you think it says?
I think it says that Portlanders are hungry for change and they're not satisfied with the current leadership.
They found about 27% of the voters were undecided. What do you think they're on the fence about?
I think it's a question between stability in a time of great chaos versus change that hasn't been proven necessarily at the highest levels of elected office yet. So it's a bit of a gamble on a newcomer, an outsider. But what I'm seeing them is deliberating the opportunity that progressive change presents versus the liabilities that staying the course that hasn't been working offers.
And those poll numbers that we talked about came from a poll conducted by DHM Research for Oregon Public Broadcasting. That was in mid-October. One more difference between the candidates that sticks out based on what we asked them. Mayor Ted Wheeler says that he's in no rush and will not be rushed to cut additional funding from the Portland Police Bureau. Sarah Iannarone, meanwhile, has said that she would hand the Bureau over to Commissioner Joanne Hardesty, who has proposed cutting $18 million more from the police budget. We'll hear more from both candidates later tonight. Guys?